Hey, man. Hate crimes legislation. This has been a big topic of conversation lately. Terrible, terrible, awful thing. I hate this whole concept. There's three reasons why the whole idea of hate crimes legislation is a destructive, anti-American, anti-freedom, uh, even undemocratic, as much as I hate that term now, concept that is the next big step on the road to ruin for our country. This is where we should have a little bit of music and then I come back and we're back and here's why. Here's the three reasons why. Uh, Number one, hate crimes are thought crimes. First off, let's just get this out of the way right off the bat. We don't have to talk about this that much. The whole idea of a non-hateful crime is the most stupid idea ever. If you committed a crime against someone, it's because you hate them. You don't commit crimes against people you love. That's a dumb idea. That's a ridiculous idea. You hated that person when you committed that crime against them. So, honestly, what they're doing now is, with the whole idea of hate crimes legislation, is they're criminalizing the thought. It's the idea they're criminalizing. Oh, you hated this person. You committed this crime against this person because you hate them. Well, obviously you hated them. You wouldn't have committed the crime. It's the reason why you hate them that is a criminal. Yeah. So now that they've criminalized ideas, that's what that is. Someone had the idea that black people are, or whatever, homosexuals or what, Asians, whatever this class is that's getting protected, and because of their ideas, alleged ideas, as if you can know someone's thoughts towards that people, that's what's illegal. Now it's not applied equally. They're not saying, oh, you Asian, you Asian man, you hated this white man who you committed this crime against. You get a hate crime. It only goes one way. Even though that Asian man could be just as racist as towards the white man as the white man could be towards the black man. There's no difference in the thought. Everyone hated everyone in this scenario, but one hate was illegal and the other hate was acceptable, because it was acceptable for the Asian man. It wasn't criminal for the Asian man to hate the white man, but it was criminal for the white man to hate the black man, or any which way you want to do this. So now what's illegal is the thought. They have made illegal the idea that hating one way is bad. So the next step is, well, now what they just criminalize is the hate, and you don't even need the crime. Some kind of crazy whack job woke, Minority Report thing. It doesn't matter what you do. The crime was your thought. You thought hateful things. And then it's okay. Well, hurtful actions or hurtful, groups, and now that they've criminalized thought, now they can criminalize everything else. Oh, you have this thought. Well, you're illegal. Oh, well, you associated with someone who had this thought. Now you're illegal. And that once they have thought crimes, and hate crimes is just thought crimes. Hatred is a thought. Hatred is an idea. Now they can outlaw all sorts of things. The second reason why hate crimes hate crime. I'm using their words, even though they're terrible words. The second reason hate crimes are so bad. The first being that they're thought crimes. They're trying to ban thoughts and ideas, because you can't ban ideas, even bad ideas. You got to have the freedom of conscience. It's there's only two real freedoms: freedom of conscience and the freedom of resistance. The next reason, my mind went blank. I've done this 3 times now. Oh, they're valuing certain groups of people over others. Well, what does that sound like? It's so take the Arbery's, who are not the Michaels, who just chased down Ahmaud Arbery and shot him. They got 30 years for shooting Ahmaud Arbery, and then they got 30 more years for hating him. The the crime of hatred had the same penalty as the crime of murder in this case. They got convicted of murder. Okay, so had they chased down and murdered a white man, a straight white man, they just would have got 30 years, not 60. So now we have a class of people that's, I would say, worth more, but in this case, it's actually a class of people that's worth less. You know, it's straight white men are worth less than everyone else. Crimes against us don't carry the same penalty. If you were walking down the street and you were going to decide to rob someone, and coming towards you was a black man and a straight black man and a straight white man, you would choose to rob the straight white man because the penalties for robbing him would be less. In the case of the Arbery trial, only half as much. So now we've just perpetuated the system that existed prior, where before, upper class whites were worth more. There was this concept back in the Anglo-Saxon era called the weregild, where if you killed someone, in order to avoid starting a feud, you would have to pay a fine, and that fine would be based on the status of the person you killed. So a farmer was worth less than a knight, and a knight was worth less than a king, yada yada yada. Well, the hate crimes are just a recycling of the weregild system. A gay, lesbian, half Asian, is worth more than you know what I'm saying. So we have set up classes of people now that are worth more than other classes of people. And if you have, your intersectional value, you're worth more people with less intersectional value. So that's the second reason why hate crimes are such a destructive concept, because it sets up, classes of people who are worth less than other classes of people. That's what it is. Harming this class of person isn't as big a deal as harming another class of people. Why? The other class just must be worth more. That's the only explanation. The third reason is it's going to backfire. Rather than reducing hate, rather than making peace, it's going to increase hate. Because now people are going to be clanning up more. Young straight white men are going to clump up with other straight white men for protection. Straight black men are going to have to feel like they have to protect themselves against gay men. And on and on and on and on and on. And the farther you move down the intersectional value list, the more likely you are now to feel threatened and find it necessary to defend yourself against those higher up on the intersectional value list. And all it's going to do is increase negative tribalism. I'm a big fan of tribalism. I think tribes are the way to organize society. I think you're an idiot asshole if you organize your tribe on skin color, because remember, Nancy Pelosi is as white as rice, and Clarence Thomas is a proud black man. Now, who would you rather have leading your nation? Clarence Thomas is a hero of the Republic who has stood up for conservative principles against, bone-crushing opposition. Nancy Pelosi is a crazy, leftist, worthless oligarch, and actually comes from a very racist family. She grew up in Baltimore, and her father was the mayor in Baltimore, and he was a raging racist. Horrible man. Anywho. So, if you organize your tribe by skin color, you're a fucking idiot. You should organize your tribe by ideology. And we should ship Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton and Chuck Schumer and Jerry Nadler and Adam Kinzinger all back to Africa. And, Thomas Sowell and Clarence Thomas and, you know, Condoleezza Rice, I think she's more of a moderate, though. She might be screaming that I would still admire. You know, Candace Owens, all these people, you know, they need to be put on a pedestal and put in charge of things. But anyway, neither here nor there. The three problems with hate crimes: they're trying to outlaw thoughts. And the next step down that slippery slope is that they will outlaw thoughts, and they will keep outlawing more and more thoughts. Number two, they set up classes of people that are more or less valuable than other classes of people. And number three, they won't work. They will increase hate, not decrease hate. Men, I'm sorry, this is a talking head video. It wasn't that interesting, but it's an important topic. And, well, there you go. Those are my thoughts on it. We appreciate you, men. Thank you.